Hi, my name is Stacy Davenport, and I am here today to tell you about how the phonics assessment that we looked at last time correlates with the discovering reading books. Okay, so my first thing that I want to show you, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Give me just a minute. And there we go. Okay, the first thing that I want to show you is the list of discovering reading books. And so some of them are difficult to find on Amazon, and I think the more that they're new. And so I think that's why they're hard to find. And so this is just a list of all of them, and it shows you what phonics concept it covers, and then it gives you the link to that book. And when you find the link to that book, you should be able to find it as a Kindle edition or as a paperback book that can be sent to you. And soon I'm going to have them kind of grouped into smaller books or larger books that you could buy in a set or those kind of things to make it easier for you and possibly cheaper. But for now, that's the way that I had to do it on Amazon. And then slowly you'll find all of them in the Kindle version. Right now, I think it's just maybe 15 of them or something, but soon all of them will be on a Kindle version. But this will just give you the whole list of books, and it will give you the links, and it also tells you exactly which phonics concept is covered in each book and which books are coming soon. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and let me find the second document for you. And that one is going to be the one that actually shows you how to correlate the books along with the phonics assessment that we used last time. So this is our phonics, the books and phonics assessment correlation. And so it goes through when it says number one, that's the first phonics correlation. So number one was vowel consonant, and there is no book correlation because those don't make words actually. And then the second one is CVC with QU, and QU doesn't actually come in until later. And so you would look and see if your child is okay with the consonant, vowel, consonant words, and if they are getting all of their short vowel sounds. So you want to make sure that when they're reading, they're able to say very clearly that a, e, I, a. And when they have all of those, you also want to make sure that when they see a QU, they will say qu together. All right. And so when you see those, all of these books 1 through 6 will cover consonant, vowel, consonant. And if your child is having a hard time with just those simple words like run and bed and all of those, if they're mixed together with different vowels and your child's having a hard time, then those first 6 books take them separately. And so they will take just the short vowel A, and then the short vowel A and I, and then the short vowel A, I, and O, and then the short vowels up to U. And then finally, after we've added some digraphs, we add in the short vowel E. E and I are very close and they're often confusing. And I think it's good to give kids a little bit of time to get those vowel sounds clear before you add in the E. And so that's what you'll find. If your child is doing really well with the vowels, then you can go and start at book 7. If you look on the phonics assessment and they got to the digraphs and they didn't have any problem with digraphs, then that would be great. And I'll show you where to go after that. But if they were struggling with the digraphs, then you could go to book 7 where it introduces the SH digraph, sh, and then the digraph CK in book 10. And so you would just start with 7, and then it would keep reviewing those in 8 and 9. And then in book 10, it starts with digraph CK. Then book 12, if your child really did okay with the digraphs, you just think that they need a little bit of extra practice with those, then book 12 starts with all the vowels and it has all of the digraphs in it. Well, the ones from the most common, CK, SH, CH, TH, and WH. And then if your child got to number 4, where it had double letters, and they were having trouble with ALL, all, or they were having trouble with if a word has a double letter on the end and they're saying that sound 2 times, bellula, right? Or something like that, then you could start with book 13 and that would bring in the double letters. If your child had trouble on number 5 on the assessment with consonant blends, then you could start with book 16. As long as they already had their vowel sounds good and all of their digraphs, then you could just go right to book 16 and start there working with consonant blends. And it breaks it up for kids. Again, this series is for struggling readers. So it breaks it up for kids who need to see the beginnings consonant blends, and then later in a different book, the ending consonant blends, and then in a different book, mixing those two together, and then in a different book, seeing those in the same word. So something at a consonant blend at the beginning and a consonant blend at the end. And then we have our glued sounds, the ones like ing, ang, ong, ank, ink, those that kind of, they make a different sound with those vowels. And so it's a little bit different. If your child struggled with those, then you just want to start in book 21. And book 21 and 22 cover that. And number 7 on the phonics assessment is your exceptions. So when you have just one syllable and it's closed with a consonant, that vowel inside should say its short sound. A, I, a. But if it doesn't, there are some exceptions. So those would be old, like mold, and ild, like wild. And there's several of those. And book 23 covers those exceptions. And you would have seen those on number 7 on the phonics assessment. Then you have number 8 on the phonics assessment, and that is your 3 consonant blends. So if your child is having trouble with the 3 consonants all together, those can be tricky. And so you would find those there on number 8. Number 9 was R-controlled words. So if they're words like car, star, fur, born, all of those kind of words that have your vowel and then an R, and that R changes that vowel sound, then you want to find those in book 25. Plus, just a little plug for book 25 because it's one of my favorites. I don't know, the dog has been a very special character and kids have loved the dog. The dog is actually my parents' dog and he is a very special dog for them. And all of my students, when they read the books, they're like, "Whose dog, Miss Davenport? Is this your dog?" And everybody loves the dog. So the R-controlled vowel book 25 is all about the dog, so it's super sweet, okay? So then you have your silent E books where that E is at the end of the word and it makes the vowel say its name. So like instead of hop, it would be hope. And that is all a book about Kate. That's book 26. And then if you have 11 on the phonics assessment is vowel teams. And all of these books are soon to come, so I don't have them yet. And then we have 2 closed syllables. And so when those 2 closed syllables are together, a lot of kids have trouble once you start with multiple syllables in one word. And so that starts with books 27 and it goes through 30, and they all have a different way to practice those. And then multisyllable prefixes will come, and all of these are still soon to come, but that would take you through the end of the phonics assessment. So sorry that I don't have all of them yet, but they'll be up soon, and I will keep updating you as I get them. Okay, you can find these resources at the bottom here. If this is helpful for you, please subscribe and then share it with your friends and tell them about it. As I promised, I do hope to provide a lot more resources for you, and in the next video, there'll be some special writing resources. So look forward to that. Okay, thank you.